in the world have posted about her. My question is one.
Yeah.
Did they really know that she existed before she was burned? That's a question for another day.
Yeah,
Katugai
but no,
Ingrid, joining into the
Henry,
discussion in 0707102102. Pam.
Stories from all over the world. Ezekiel taking it a little bit extra. Mukagwira Walk 100.2 Galaxy FM with Pamela Isamat. Mu mid morning to Kone.
No, it's all over the news. Dixon has died from Eldoret.
Yes, and according to part of the investigations that people are saying, these people were fighting. One of them actually bought this land.
Oh yeah.
And the land that had, I think, a house on it.
Yes.
And it is believed to have been purchased by the late Rebecca Cheptegei.
Yeah.
And the guy
using her own money.
Yes, because one of them actually owned the house.
Okay.
So I don't know what the entire argument was about.
Yes.
But apparently the guy had broken up with her. He had another lover because it was an ex-boyfriend. He had another lover and he wanted to bring her into the place, like to own the property with his ex-lover.
Can you imagine?
And Cheptegei couldn't have it. Yeah. So that's the arguments they were having as a imagine I owned something and you want to
every time you turn that corner. Every time you turn that corner.
No, we're talking.
Let me listen.
Alleged facts.
Okay,
well, these are all allegations because I
cup of
cannot
tea.
substantiate them.
I didn't move with it
But,
today so that I listen to you when I'm sipping on my tea.
Henry,
Yes.
if indeed it's a fact that this land was bought by Cheptegei and she owned it, then the boyfriend has no reason whatsoever to come and claim ownership of that land. There is no circumstance under because it was her own sweat and money that bought this land. So when you come in and say maybe I spent this time with you, I deserve to own part of this land or whatever the argument was about, not valid.
Yes. This is a very tricky story.
Yeah.
We have two people that are dead. One has a lot of sympathy globally.
Yeah.
Another one, people are happy that he has died because he is a murderer.
Yeah.
So, I beg to withhold my opinion when it comes to this story.
Henry,
Please.
you cannot even withdraw. Actually, you should be speaking out about things like this.
We have done this. We do it every
Speak
Wednesday.
out. Do not even say I beg to withdraw because there is no circumstance under which a man should burn a woman to death. Actually, he already premeditated that he had to kill this woman.
Agree.
So please don't withdraw.
Totally agree. He did
Even
something wrong.
let's
If there's hell, we hope he's there.
If tables were reversed, I don't think she would have done that.
Aye.
But similarly, if even she had, if the land belonged to the guy, I don't think that if the land it belonged to the guy and he was coming to claim his property, still there's no reason for him to burn her, or there's if you've been married before, if you've had reasons for being together.
I think it's so deep that you're even lacking words.
No, I mean,
now, let me give you an
trying
example.
to say, Henry, is even if the land belonged to the guy and the woman is trying to claim it, there is no reason for him to have burned her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know how many women have chopped off men's balls of accusations of infidelity? Do you know how many men have been poisoned by their women? Do you know how many men?
Henry, let me say this: we are not playing agenda.
That's why.
We are not playing
that's why I had
cards.
said, let me withhold my word, my opinion.
No, my opinion is general and it's factual. It's based on facts that if this woman owned this land, possession of
she would have no reason to kill him.
There is no circumstance under which death
murder
should
is
have
murder.
happened.
That's why in the 10 Commandments that Moses received from Mountain Sinai, remember that story? There was a commandment.
Chibuye.
Yes, what happened?
Makinde, where a woman was beheaded.
Oh my God!
This was a 19-year-old girl, Rukundo Sharon. She was beheaded by her boyfriend. Because she left home, they had been having these very issues, domestic violence. He had been beating her, they had been fighting. After living 2 years together and having a kid, she decided to leave home and go and stay with her auntie. And then when she went to stay with her auntie, she got a job in the auntie's restaurant.
Yes.
This guy was not happy. He kept begging her, please come back, please come back. Then he calls and threatens the auntie and says, if you don't bring back my wife, I'm going to kill you.
Yes.
The next day, which was yesterday morning, he chopped off her head.
Hooked her.
Chopped off. He beheaded her, the head the other side, the body this side. Because she had left him and was trying to figure out her own life. Remember, this is a 19-year-old girl. They probably started living together when she was like 17, and he's like 20.
Let me tell you something,
years.
guys. Mental health is something very fundamental.
Yeah.
Or probably if you are in a situation that you feel like wanonedda, run for your life. Back power over you, and don't let relationships control you. Because people have a fear of losing the people they've been relating with, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's attachment.
And then there's, dominion over somebody. No, it doesn't work like that.
Obsession.
It is okay for somebody to walk out of your life. It is okay for you to walk out of somebody's life. It is okay for you to be alone. It is okay.
To terms.
Yeah.
We have been brought up in a society where we believe that when you get married, you're supposed to stay in that marriage, tolerate, withhold, like any other things that you don't find comfortable for you. We find women staying in marriages where they're not comfortable, they're out of love, and then we find men trying to hold on to women because they were taught that you must stay married like forever until death do you part.
What else do we have happening in this beautiful country of ours?
Well, schools are about to reopen.
We
That's
don't have
next
money.
week.
Can they postpone?
In the middle of the month, seriously. So schools resume
damn.
on the 16th of September 2024.
Yes.
And the traffic police has come out with some guidelines, especially for school-going children, pupils, and students as well.
Yes.
Kananura Michael, who is the Uganda Traffic Police spokesperson, was talking about the issue of motorcycle families that actually combine with neighbors and put kids, like 5 kids or 2 kids or 4 kids on one border and make sure that they go to since they go to the same school, they travel to the same school. And you're saying this is very dangerous.
You find school-going children, pupils, many of them being put on these motorcycles, especially in morning and evening hours as they go to school and even when they come from school. 2 homes hiring 1 motorcycle to carry children of both homes to school. It is very dangerous. Escort them, especially on busy roads, and help them walk through such roads, especially where the roads are too busy. Refrain from hiring trucks transporting students, where some schools, as they are taking to these students for trips, some of them hire trucks to transport these. It is very dangerous and prohibited.
Man, the way we went through these schools, the way we survived, only God knows.
Do you remember sitting on the back of a truck?
I didn't sit on the back of a truck, but I remember I used to get on a bus myself, and I'm talking about, I'm like in P3.
Yeah.
P3, P2 there. And they just used to put me on a bus and I, just to go.
Oh, at least they escorted you to the bus.
Yes, they escorted me to the bus, but this is a bus that is traveling from like Mbara to Rukunjiri. From like Kampala to Rukunjiri. Yes.
And you're how old?
I'm in P3.
P3?
Yes. And I was in boarding school.
What?
Washing my own.
That was
Pam, you
very
see,
risky
some of
and
us
dangerous.
here,
You're a miracle.
we are a product of hustle. We hustled. You know. Boarding school.
P3?
You're joking.
Maybe I remember just walking back from school home. I mean, that one was common.
And not just boarding
It was
school.
not that
in
far.
another district, like way far. They are.
So you go with your trunk. So what happens when you reach school? Who helps you get out your trunk? But where does
You
the
figure
bus
out.
So at P3.
Yes.
Anyway, those days, people were
There's
really
nothing
nice.
like those days.
No, I'm just trying to say that people were really nice.
We were
those days.
bullied the same.
Try it in this generation. Send a P3 P3 kid to go to another district with their trunk and properties.
You know where you'll find
they
them?
will not reach school with anything.
You'll find them like in Mombasa hawking things. Kids of these days are sharp. Anyway, Ngatuma ladies, what else do we have happening?
Well, it's just the body of the late State Minister for Defense, that is Sarah Mateke, and Sorokman District MP. Is going to be brought in Parliament today. It was there yesterday for prayers, a funeral service, and then today there is going to be a motion to honor her. Prayers, communication from chair, the casket taken, put in lying there in Parliament. Then they move a motion, and then they start honoring her for the things that they remember about her.
And of course, we shall keep you posted. Every single bili kuchitimba Galaxy FM, www.galaxyfm.co.ug and Galaxy FM UG on X and Instagram, and 100.2 Galaxy FM. Pam, before you go,
this is the mid-morning to Kone 100.2 Galaxy FM.
What would you do? We are here in this instance.
Yeah.
And then you just get to learn. You know that your nudes, your naked pictures and videos have come out. What do you do in that instant?
Nothing. I sit and let everything play out the way it's supposed to do. Because what do you want me to do? Panic? If they're out, they're already out. Whoever is going to see is going to see. So I just sit back, take the back seat, and watch.
Would you be confident that we shall love what?
Don't ask me that.
Galaxy TV. Jikonkone. Galaxy TV.